Okay, this video is introducing you to the next section of the course, which is 2.2, the global economy. We have just finished 2.1 and you sat a mock exam based on 2.1 this week. So we're now going to move on to 2.2 in the forthcoming lessons, and before we do, I would like you to watch this video and revise and learn the key terms that are featured in this video. 2.2 is going to be divided into 2.2.1, which is globalization. Then we're going to look at international trade and exchange rates, but let's concentrate on globalization. What is globalization? Well, globalization is the growing interdependence of the world's economies, the interdependence of the world economies. That means that countries around the world are depending on one another more and more as time goes by. Basically, the world is becoming a smaller marketplace. So let's try and understand the difference between independence and interdependence. Just have a look. It's independence versus interdependence. Independence just means that an economy can function and survive on their own. They may choose not to receive help from and support from other countries around the world, whereas interdependence means that countries are depending on other countries. So let's give you an example. Let's go back to our beloved Econland. Here's Econland here, the triangle. And basically, as you know, in Econland, they make submarines, and in Circularland they are famous for making hats. Now, because Econland specialises in submarines, it kind of makes sense for Circularland to actually import submarines from Econland, which means that Circularland actually depend on Econland for their submarines. Likewise with Econland, they specialise in making submarines, so it kind of makes sense to import hats from Circularland. So these two economies interdepend on one another. So for an example, the United Arab Emirates have a lot of products imported into the UAE, so the UAE interdepends on many other economies around the world. Okay, the next key term I would like you to revise, that's going to feature a lot in this particular section of the course, is multinational companies, MNCs. This basically is a business which operates in several countries. The actual definition is a business that operates in more than one country, but if you write in the exam a business which operates in several countries, you will get the marks for this. Okay, so what's the next key term I'd like you to look at is foreign direct investment, FDI. This is when a multinational company, and let's remember a multinational company is a business which operates in more than one country, in several countries. This is when a MNC invests into countries which they were not originally set up in, which is their country of origin. So let's give you an example here. Let's go to the highlighter. Let's think about McDonald's for an example. McDonald's, they actually originate from the United States of America, but they have set up businesses in other countries around the world. And in doing so, they have invested into other countries around the world. So for an example, when McDonald's set up a fast food restaurant in, say, the UAE, they needed to employ staff. This means that staff receives a salary, which is a way of McDonald's investing into the UAE. Another example is McDonald's, they would need to buy ingredients to sell their just to make their meals. And if they buy these ingredients from other businesses which are in the United Arab Emirates, then this is a way that McDonald's actually does invest into the UAE. So foreign direct investment is when a multinational company actually invests into countries which they were not originally set up in.